Hello and welcome to a special edition of News9 Plus Decodes. For the past 3 days, we have been reporting terror attacks by terrorists in Jammu region of Jammu and Kashmir, and also these raises several questions. And joining me today is Brigadier Nilesh Bhanot. Thank you very much for joining us. My first question to you: this is obviously a very concerted attack effort that has been made by their terrorists. What's happening in this region these days?
I think there has been an attempt by Pakistan to sensationalize an area which was relatively much more peaceful as compared to the valley. So, if you see the pattern of the timing, that is one indication. We've just had the newly elected government which is taken over, and the numbers are not what were, so much in favor, so to say. So, one is this, then is the Amarnath Yatra which is going to take place, and subsequently the state elections which are to take place. Now, these three events are there, and you see the incidents, the targeting of the pilgrims with the 9 odd civilian casualties and 40 plus injuries. I think it could be a part of Pakistan's strategy to test the waters as to how far this government, the newly elected government, will go. We have already in the past given them adequate messages in the form of the surgical strike as well as the Balakot. However, now with the new government taking over, I think they were just trying to test the waters. I think they will get reply very soon in a befitting manner.
And also, what has been the security forces and government? Because this is recently, obviously, the forces had said the areas is relatively free of terror activities. But then again, we again see these kind of incidents. Are the security forces, announcing such, making such statements beforehand, or there should be, there's a clear pattern that yes, that area is terror free?
I'll ask you a question. In J&K, fine, everybody is on very high alert, and carrying out something there is difficult. But suppose in a small town in North India, say Rohtak, where everything is peaceful, nobody expects anything to happen. There, anyone wants to throw a grenade in a bus, one grenade will, create havoc. And the reactions will be slow. It's the same thing which has happened there. That was an area which was free of terrorism for the past quite some time now. And the area had been cleared. I have operated in that area extensively, 99, 2000, during peak of militancy. This same area was the hotbed of militancy that time. In fact, I would dare to say even more than the valley, more than the Kashmir valley. It was this Surankot, Rajouri, Thanamandi area where the number of militants and the kind of encounters we have had was very different. It was all cleared. It started with that famous Operation Sabvinash, and thereafter slowly the area got cleared, it got free of militancy, there was peace there, normalcy there. And now, when peace and normalcy returns to an area, obviously the forces level is also low there. So it's very, very easy target. It's very easy target. Why don't they go and target an area where there are lots of forces deployed, everybody is on high alert? They won't do that. They have selected the softest of the targets. They have selected a bus full of pilgrims.
Exactly, that's my next point that I wanted to ask. That is that how devious these attacks are?
Yes, they are not spur of the moment attacks. They are planned. They are planned by somebody. नहीं बेटा तुम जाओ वहाँ ये civilians को मार के आओ. There's a bus. How easy it is. They are children, they are ladies, they are old men, they are unsuspecting civilians in a bus. You have targeted a bus. You have killed. I mean, that small boy, he was shot.
Exactly. So you've been there. Tell us some experience that you have felt that, you know, even as a battle-hardened soldier, sometimes when you come across such incidents that, you know, scars you, or maybe even you feel that emotion coming out, even though you are wearing those army fatigues.
Yes, I mean, I won't say it would scar me. There was a incident in, I think, 99 again, 99 or 2000, somewhere close to around that time, where a marriage ceremony in Doda was targeted by the militants. I happened to, uh, go there after the incident. It was, you can't imagine what kind of scene it was. The way they had massacred a marriage celebration going on, and they had come and they have killed so many. This is something again akin to that. So these are things which makes one's blood boil, and I think everyone in the country, all citizens of the country, I think we are all, when it comes to these things, we are all on the same page. So it does make your blood boil, and yes, it needs to be paid back. It needs to be paid back in a manner which is befitting, in a manner which hurts them where it hurts them the most. So I think that's my take on it.
So, could there be a broad policy for such attacks? Because, as you said, it's soft targets, unsuspecting, innocent civilians. How does a security apparatus or the government of the day manages or has a policy to ensure or to prevent such attacks if it can happen?
I think the best way to prevent such attacks is to hit Pakistan nice and proper. That's where the fountainhead of these attacks is. These are just targeting these small teams of terrorists which come inside. This is not going to finish off. We need to cut off the finances. We need to cut off the finances which are coming from across. We need to cut off the local support, and we need to, along with, we need to hurt Pakistan in a and really hard. We need to hurt Pakistan really hard so that they get the message. I think there was, you would have seen a considerable lull in such activities after the surgical strike, after Balakot. There was, and I think that is the only language, unfortunately, which Pakistan understands. And if that is what they understand, then we'll speak to them in that language, I think.
Like right now, we are not engaging with Pakistan. We have not gone that track because clearly there's no point. Are our cases strong enough at, like, say, platforms like FATF or platforms, international platforms, where India can make that difference, or is it something that we have to do it ourselves? No dependency on the foreign countries or foreign organization to make this happen.
I think, of course, the strategy has to be overall, which encompasses the diplomacy, the international fora, the finances like FATF you brought out. But I think the crux of the matter lies that this is our problem. This is not anyone else's problem. And if it is our problem, I would like to solve it my way, if given a free hand. So I think we need to be very, very firm. We need to be very, very clear as to how to hit Pakistan. These talks, they don't work.
Last question to you, Brigadier. There's elections coming up, as you rightly noted, starting off. There obviously the parties out here are demanding statehood again. But amidst all these challenges that we continue to face, is it normalcy in Kashmir, in the valley, in J&K state that gives us that confidence that yes, what happened earlier and how things been changing in the past few years is the right path that we are taking to ensure that the state is terror free?
Absolutely. I'm totally with you on this. If you just go back to the 90s, I've seen Valley in the 90s, then I've seen the Valley in the 2000s, both Valley, the Jammu region, and just last year I went there again. There's a world of difference. There, there is no comparison of the situations which were there earlier. There are terrorist incidents which do take place now, but it's just not like, it is normalcy. You see the voter turnout. It has never been like this ever. So that itself is a very, very clear indication of normalcy having returned to the valley. And once people taste normalcy, I don't think people want to go back.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brigadier Bhanot, for speaking to News 9 Plus. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you.